Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609, and I'm on Park Road 4. We haven't been here in a while. Park Road 4 is near my old home base. Did I go by my old home base? No, I just happened to be coming back this way from Marble Falls, Texas. I went over to Lowe's Hardware and looked at some stuff so that I understand kind of what I'm faced with as far as, materials and what it looks like on the cabin I'm going to build. But anyway, we're just out and about for a drive. It's a beautiful day here in Central Texas, USA. Right now the temperature shows to be 84, and it's about 10:20 Central Time. So, but yeah, this is a pretty drive. Park Road 4 goes right by Inks Lake State Park, one of the most popular state parks in Texas. I would go in there, but they won't even let you drive in. I've got a Texas State Parks Pass that allows me to go into the parks for day use, but you can't even go into the Texas parks now for day use unless you have a reservation. Now, how do you reserve day use? I have no clue. But the park is slammed anyway. They got signs all along, no, not all along, but they've got signs on the road at different places that say park full. Here's one right here. Day use sold out till July the 14th. Well, the reason they opened it up then is because it's my birthday. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? So see, if I was out, driving around towing my RV, this would be difficult. I mean, it would be because you'd have to boondock everywhere, okay, or you'd have to be in a Walmart parking lot. So you definitely have to be in a climate where it's cool. And yeah, we're going to be going in and out of the sun here for a few minutes, and then we'll get on Highway 29. I'll turn left out of it, and so that's enough said about that. But yeah, what kind of title am I going to put on this video? Just driving. That's it, because it's just going to go all over, because I don't really have a central topic to focus on other than for you guys that are out there RVing. I know some of you are full-timers and you go from south to north, north to south year-round, and good luck is all I can tell you, because I know it's got to be a little bit frustrating for some of you that have been out there for years. But yeah, I've been living in RVs for a long, long time. I mean, and so getting me a cabin of sticks is going to be a big change, but I'm looking forward to it. I'll get me a front porch and sit out there and think about all the good times I've had and the good times to come. Does that mean I'm going to stop RVing altogether? No. If this thing opens up and they kind of say, okay, let's go, you got to wait on though. You got to wait on permission from somebody. I hate that. We're a free country. We fought wars to be free. Let's don't get on that, Rusty. Stay off that crap. But enough said about that. You know my feelings generally on that issue. I am big on people making their own choices, and that's enough said about that. But as far, it's interesting about RVing and RVs. For the price of a fifth wheel, I can build my cabin. Totally. Okay? Almost, well, in fact, in some cases, it would include the cost of the land. Inks Lake State Park is on the left right there, and they've got several signs at the entrance to remind you for the 10th time that you're not welcome. So, but the park is slammed. I drove by here a few days ago and it was crowded then. So this is July the 4th weekend. You got to know it is going to be packed. And but that's good. I'm glad people are getting outdoors, barbecuing, having little parties and stuff. Enjoying their life. Blowing off a little stress and so forth, because this is these are stressful times for sure. But the cabin I'm going to build, I did go look at the Hardy board and the LP Smart siding at Lowe's. I don't like either one of them. They look just like what they are, cheap siding, a cheap way out. So I'm just going to go with the real cedar boards, board and batten, just like on this cabin here. And the worst thing that can happen, if these two builders can't come up with a price that competes with the people out of Fredericksburg that built the model home in Llano that I've shown you a couple of times, they have a model cabin there in Llano across from Cooper's Barbecue. And yeah, they can't duplicate it. And again, I'm back to possibly putting it on pier and beam. I go back and forth on that, but I don't like the concrete patio. I like the wooden deck, even though, you know, you got to treat it, and you know, but since it's covered, you know, like when I had my deck before, after about 10 years, the wood that was exposed to the elements was in not too good shape. But the wood that was under the cover of my carport was great. So, you know, I think I could get at least 15 or 20 years under, you know, having the, you know, the roof that comes out over the deck. So that's good. And but as far as the steps, they'll be exposed and they'll probably have to be replaced. But I'm still thinking about just going with exactly what those people built there, because that it just appeals to me, man. It's got a lot of, you know, it's just got a lot of appeal to me. It's simple. It looks homey, feels homey to me, and that's all that matters. You know, other people may hate it. You know, they might. You know, there's all kind of ways you can do it cheaper. I know that I could do a lot of things and do it cheaper. I don't think I could actually. I don't think I could actually build anything cheaper than what they've done there, the cabin group from Fredericksburg. Why? Because that's all they build, and you know, so you know they're getting the materials at the best price. You know, they've got crews that are trained, that know exactly what to do, because it's like putting together a kit. So you know they don't waste a lot of time and materials. And yeah, that's what they've done. They've just got they got organized, okay? And so, you know, I'm just going to have to, but I am going to contact Shelton. McAfee, I think's his last name, but he's the owner, and I'm going to go ahead and go get an appointment. And of course, I'm going to do the plans, make some minor changes on the plans, and I'll have that. I'll go to a draftsman on Monday and get that lined out. I don't know why I'm telling y'all all this. I'm just talking to myself and y'all listening, but I'm going to take, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a 14 by 28 size building, okay, because he has the software. You know, you can put a bed here and move it over there, and you can move a wall here and there and all. You know, you can do it all just boom, 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 real quick. You know, it's not like you got to draw it over and over and over and over. You do it on the screen, then you print it out. So I'm going to go there and we're going to move stuff around. I'm going to look at it. A L-shaped kitchen sounds good with a window in front of the kitchen sink. I do like that, so I think I can do that. And then I think I'm going to go with just a regular washer and dryer as opposed to a stacking unit, even though they take up about an extra 18, 20 inches, maybe more. It doesn't matter because the difference, the stacking washer and dryer, they're expensive, number one, for a new one. Do I want to buy a used one? Not really. No, I don't want to buy a used one. Why? Because you're just buying somebody else's problems. And another thing, if you have a problem with the stacking unit and they have to take it in to work on it or look at it, they take the whole unit goes. So you know, if I had never mind, I won't get into that. But I'm looking at that option. And as far as kitchen sink and hardware and all that stuff, very simple, very basic. I saw what I needed over at Lowe's, pretty inexpensive stuff. And yeah, but just more and more. The slower you go, the better you do. You know, and I'm going like a snail right now, and you know, the first thing we're going to fill in the blanks on a 14 by 28 building and the way I want it, and see whether the people at the cabin place are willing to do it like I like it. He told me they'd make, you know, he said, look, will you come over and we'll sit down and we'll move stuff, you'll do stuff the way you want it. And so if that's true, then yeah, they're back in the hunt. And then, of course, I'm going to put bids out to 2 builders. So I'll actually be putting the bids out to 3 different contractors, and we'll see how that works out. Because the sad part about it is when you get a bid back from a contractor, and I did this many years ago. I've done it a couple of. Well, actually, this will be my 5th home, and so this ain't my first rodeo. But whenever they give you the bids back, you don't know what quality of materials is being quoted in the bid. Even it'll state that we're going to use this, and this, and yeah, but you got to know that everybody's in the deal to make money. Okay, that's it. And then if they can trim a little here and trim a little there and get a little something better, save a few bucks, more than likely they're going to do it. Would I do the same thing? Sure, that's life, guys. Big fish eat little fish, and sometimes you just eat them one bite at a time, but that's okay. So those are the things that are going through my mind now. But the good news is, for me, it gives me something to do and something to look forward to for an extended period of time. This could go on for 6 months or more, maybe a year, who knows. So what? I'm in the RV park. It's a great location for me by the river, city park, and the golf course and stuff. So, what's the hurry, Rusty? None at all. So how you guys doing? I hope you're all doing well. It's a good time to be alive, I have to tell you, for me. And I don't worry about what goes on in the rest of the world. I think about, I ask myself, what's going on in Llano, Texas? That's all I need to know. All right, even though I'm not in Llano, Texas right now, I'm driving down Highway 29 going west towards Llano, but for me, that's my community now and will be possibly for a long time. And so that's, right now there's no issues there, none at all. Little old town, population about 3,300 or whatever it happens to be. And yeah, we're good, thank you. Thank you. So, a beautiful day. Beautiful clear skies, as you can see in the video. And again, it's a little bit going to be, it'll warm up a little slower because it was cool this morning. It was around 67 to 70, depending on where you were. And the humidity is low, and as we go through the day, it gets lower and lower and lower. So I'll turn the video a little bit here so you can see the trees and stuff off to the right rather than just looking straight down the highway. But I'll let it go a little while. I don't have anything else to do today. I was going to do a Beer 30 video, and I might do a short one this evening. I say that every day, don't I? But then I don't follow through. Why? Because I start drinking my beer and forget. Or don't forget, I just can't think of anything to talk about. But it's interesting that I've come upon a time in my life where RVing is not the number one priority and traveling is not the number one priority. I wondered when that time would come, and it appears that we're getting close. But again, I'm 75 or will be very soon, and I know there's people out there in great health older than me. I have seen them and talked to them many times. But everyone's got to do what they do. I do what I do. And again, I do what I do, you do what you do. And I hope I make that clear, because I know I'll get comments, well, hell, Rusty, I'm 85 and I'm still jumping out of airplanes. Fine. Next time wear a parachute. So it's, everybody wants to talk about, what they do and how important their decisions are. And I know I do it. But, just bear in mind that other people have their own life. That's the way it is, Or, there was a guy, I think he's dead now, but he was 92 years old, and he still entered these, not marathons, but the 6-mile runs. And, he was in good shape, but he still died. So we're coming into the community of Buckhannon Dam, Texas. There is, as you come into this town, there's a sign back by the actual dam on the lake it'll say Buckhannon Dam with an arrow pointing to where the dam is. Well, that's not the community. This is the little unincorporated community. They don't even have a city limit sign because there is no, quote, city here. And I used to go there and get breakfast tacos at that lime green building. That's something else I'm working on. I looked at my belly in the videos the other day, and all you guys are saying, well, that's a beer belly. No, that ain't no beer belly, baby. That's just Rusty eating too damn much. And he's fixing to cut back. I've already started, I don't want to cut back too much because, I basically eat nothing now. I don't eat a hell of a lot, but what I do, I do drink beer. I don't drink much beer. 3 or 4 beers a day, that's it. If I was drinking a 12-pack a day, then yeah, the hell old beer gut. but I'm working on that, and it's hard to do because, you know, right now, I mean, I could eat. I did have, but I was kind of exceeding my limits on my chocolate, dark chocolate covered almonds. I was kind of going up to 6, 8, 9 a day, and I'm going to go back to four chocolate covered almonds a day plus some walnuts, and even less of those. That guy over there on the right, I think they're going to build an RV park out there. Man, there's RV parks going up everywhere, man, everywhere. RV parks, tiny homes, it's just, I mean, of course, I'm not going to say I predicted it, but I did mention it in videos that, that more and more people are taking up the RVing lifestyle, and because it's a little less expensive than owning a sticks and bricks because of the taxes and the maintenance and the yard work and all the stuff. So a lot of people my age and, well, younger, 60 years old and up, are going RVing. But unfortunately now they're kind of caught out, so to speak, because there's not many places to camp that are open that you can get into, particularly state parks, national parks, and other places. But anyway, guys, I'll end the video now. We're on our way back to Llano, Texas. I've got about, 13, 14 miles to go, and I'm going to go by the cabin again. The great thing about having that model cabin there is I can go by and check things. I went by there yesterday afternoon about 4 p.m. to check out the efficiency of that mini split AC, because it's a 1-ton mini split AC, or 12,000 BTUs, and I'm thinking, is that enough to heat 400 square feet with that high ceiling and so forth? Well, it's 100 degrees. I was standing in there, and I opened that window right by where the outside compressor is, and the compressor cut on once in 20 minutes. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's just running all the time. So, today I'll go by there again. It's supposed to be 102 today. But I want to go with that mini split. I just want to do that home, man. I mean, and I know that there's some downsides of pier and beam foundations. I know there's some downsides of board and batten cedar, using the real cedar, because you do have to kind of if you do nothing to it, it just turns gray. Is that bad? No, that wouldn't bother me 5 cents. Okay? And so, I may do that. Who knows? But it's hard to communicate that to builders that are used to building, 2,000 square foot homes with carpet and all kind of stuff, But anyway, guys, from on the road here, driving along, we come to a 4-lane. They got 3 miles of 4-lane here, which really helps, because out here, old Bubba and his pickup can get in a real hurry. In fact, I got one behind me now. See if I can let him pass, because I don't want him when I come out the other side. I'm slowing down here. He finally comes. But I'd like to get all these around me so I don't have to worry about them on my bumper when we get through with this 3 mile stretch of a double lane. Anyway, guys, from Highway 29, Central Texas, headed to Llano. Thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime, but if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Because it doesn't cost you a penny. And, I know it's an extra effort, but just, if you think about it, use it. If you don't want to fool with it, don't worry about it. And then drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, keep your health. Taking deep breaths is probably and drinking plenty of water is probably the most important of things I talk about, because water is so good for your body, and taking deep breaths is so good. It lowers your stress, lowers your blood pressure. But, and also stand guard at the door of your mind, man. I'm telling you, this stuff can get you down. I promise you. It can get me down. I'm human, when I go in a grocery store and everybody's wearing masks, I don't think I'm not, that depresses the hell out of me, man. That just, or I say it depresses the hell out of I don't feel good about that. I think there's something wrong in Yoakum, so to speak. But having said that, guys, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, one day at a time. Adios, bye-bye, hasta luego, and we'll talk again later, maybe at Beer 30. We'll see.